Today, we are going to prepare tofu and shrimp. This is my mother-in-law's favorite dish. I had made it years ago and she just loved it. So this is about a pound of shrimp. They're jumbo shrimp, so I sliced them in half. That way it makes more pieces of shrimp in the dish itself. And to that we're going to put on some salt. We're using white pepper today because this gives some of the flavor that we're looking for. And we're going to put some white pepper on there. And we're going to give it a mix. Also to the shrimp, since we just put the salt and pepper on there, we're going to add cornstarch. Okay? Why? I'm not really sure why. Not that certain as to why, but the recipe called for cornstarch. So it was about a teaspoon and a half. There you go, maybe about a tablespoon worth of cornstarch total. We're going to mix that all together and then we'll start the cooking process. I do not have a gas stove, but instead I'm using this gas burner. It's a regular camping gas burner that uses butane. So we're going to get this started because when cooking with a wok, you want to cook normally on high heat. And you want to get your wok hot before you start adding your food to it to cook. So this is heating up a little bit. Yep, I can already feel the heat coming through. So this will heat up very quickly because again, it's gas versus electric, which only heats the bottom of the pan and then the sides don't cook. And when cooking with a wok, you use the entire area because all of the surface is hot. All right, I'm feeling the heat now. So if I put in my coconut oil, which I'm going to use to cook with, I had already cut a couple chunks there, you'll see it starts to melt right away. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, I'll tune you back in when we get to the shrimp. I just put the shrimp into the hot oil and immediately it starts to cook and turn pink because shrimp cooks very quickly. You just want to stir it around, make sure it all gets coated in the oil and cooks evenly. And if it's on the sides, it will cook. If it's on the bottom, it will cook. Just cook the shrimp until it's all pink. Not completely cooked all the way through, but at least pink all around the edges. I'll show you when this batch is ready. We just finished with the shrimp. Notice the brown bits of cornstarch in the bottom of the pan. Leave them there because we're going to put in our tofu and it's going to help season the tofu as it cooks. The shrimp, this is the shrimp. As you can see, it's not completely opaque, but it is pink all around the edges and there are some brown bits in there from the cornstarch that caramelized and fried on the shrimp. This is one package of Extra Firm Tofu. Extra Firm. I prefer using Extra Firm because it keeps it shaped more. So I just cut it, as you see, into really small cubes. And then I don't season it ahead of time. I season it in the pan. I'm just using my seasoned salt that I make to help season this tofu. And I'm going to just put it on the top for now. And then once I stir it, which will be in a couple minutes, so I want the bottom pieces to get all nice and brown, then I'll stir it and I'll add some more seasoning to the bottom part of it. Okay? Alright, you can see the browning sides of the tofu now. I already added extra seasoning on there, like I had said I would. And now we're going to put in the chicken broth, which is what I use. You can use a seafood broth if you want. And then we'll also add in the garlic. And we're going to start making the sauce with it. So here comes the chicken broth. I just pour until it covers the tofu. And that's probably about 3 cups worth of chicken broth right now. Now the garlic. I already have it grated here. I use on my grill flame, okay? because I like how it just really does a great job at making the garlic so small that it just dissolves basically into the dish that you're cooking. It's nice for me. I appreciate the microplane for that. And I was going to say something else about microplanes, but anyway, I use it for a lot of things, not just garlic, ginger, onion, and anything I want to get kind of a taste out of it, or make sure it releases all of the oils and juices from whatever I'm using. Also, little side note, this is stainless steel. If your fingers smell like garlic and are sticky with garlic oil, wash your fingers with some kind of stainless steel, whether it be a spoon, a knife, fork, something that's not sharp, of course, and then it will get rid of the garlic smell on your fingers. The broth is coming to a boil, so all those little brown bits that were in the pan and all that seasoning that was put onto the tofu are all being mixed with the broth right now, as well as that garlic. At this point, we're going to put our shrimp back into our wonderful dish here. And all those shrimp juices, as I call them, are going to help flavor this dish a little bit more as well. So we'll taste it and adjust the seasoning. You will definitely have to put in some white pepper, because that's one of the main seasonings that helps make this dish have the wonderful flavor that it does. Now, because this is going to boil a little bit, that's when your shrimp will finish cooking. So all those shrimp that were still kind of translucent will now turn opaque. They will go from being kind of clear and gray to completely pink. They don't have to boil for long. And then what we'll do is we'll thicken the sauce with some cornstarch. So let me let this come to a boil and we'll adjust the seasonings. Okay, so I've adjusted the seasoning. I put in some white pepper, maybe about half a teaspoon worth, and then I used my all-purpose seasoning that I like, and I put that in there. I'm going to, for the sake of my husband who really likes gravy, the sauce, I'm going to add in a little bit more chicken broth, and then I'm going to thicken it, and I'll show you the final product. We still have green onions to add, as well as sesame oil. I just added some sesame oil onto the top here, and then I'll put the green onions in. Alright, so here we have it. I put the green onions on top, the sesame oil is there. When each individual goes to scoop out however much food they want to eat with their rice, because you always have to have rice, and we always eat usually basmati rice in our house. So then that's what will get stirred and mixed, and everyone will have wonderful flavoring throughout their shrimp and tofu. Grandma, I hope you get to see this video. This is how you do it. Bye.